Last Count Corla, I firstly want to say that the vaccine rollout and to mention that and to compliment those on the front line who are doing an excellent job. And there are no doubt but things are getting better, but we've started from a very low base. And my concern is that the positivity that the Minister puts out there in terms of where we are now and where we're going, and the caveats therein, causes huge confusion with the public, because they are deeply concerned that through the stories they hear from their GPs, on the radio or in print media, that the vaccine is slow in terms of arrival. And you cannot ignore that. At a time when we were talking about vaccines and asking from America or other locations for a loan of vaccines because they had a stockpile of vaccines, we were being told that that is not the case. Well, actually, the New York Times carried a banner headline saying all about the AstraZeneca vaccine that was stockpiled in the US. So you can't deploy spin to beat the facts. And the fact is that AstraZeneca has failed us, Europe has failed us to a degree, and we're not getting sufficient vaccine. So God, or the devil, is in the detail. And when we talk about the categories that are being vaccinated, we have to continue to remember that there should be a political input into this. So I want to reject the statement that was made yesterday about the carers in the homes, that if they get vaccinated, they're taking it from somebody else. And that is simply not true. We're asking that they be recognised properly and that they be given a place within the different categories that respects the work that they do and respects their position. That can be said of the Gardaí, it can be said of vulnerable teachers and so on. And we need to address it. We need to show the political leadership that is responding in a way to the change that's needed in the different sectors when a case is made. That's not asking for anyone to jump the queue. Just as much as when you hear an argument about going back to places of worship. The fact of the matter is, 10 people attending a funeral in a massive big church is absolutely ridiculous and has no common sense attached to the argument that there should be only 10. And these are the issues that people are watching and understanding and questioning. They want to know why. Is it that you have 10 in a church and you can have as many in a store that are available? So I ask you to lock at the carers. I ask you to look at the places of worship. And I ask you to give consideration.
Thank you, Deputy Moynihan.
Okay, thank you very much, Count Corla. I think we're at a critical stage. The challenges that were there over the last quarter have been aggravating, and the public mood is very concerned about it and the issues on it. Right? I think that we need to be very fair in our comment on it. And Europe have been behind the curve in relation to this, and we, as a result, have been taking the flak in relation to it. I want to just put on a question in terms of the Europe when they were looking for the vaccines. Was it a concern that they had that it was the price rather than the supply that they were looking at, and did they put price before supply? That's one issue that I want to raise. Also, the joy that people have that when they get the vaccines, the elderly and the frontline staff and so forth, all of these, the joy that they get. And I think that we need to look at the carers as well. A lot of talk has been made about the carers. They're providing a massive service on behalf of the state, and I do think that we need to make sure that they are looked at insofar as is humanly possible. But whatever figures are given in terms of the rollout of the vaccine in Q2, that when we are here on the 25th of June of 2021, that the facts actually stand up and that we have achieved, and that because society is at a verge, on mental health issues, on frustration, on anxiety right across the after dealing with 12 months of this. And I think that it is important that we make sure that everything that is coming from Europe, every commitment that is given, is followed through, and that and I suppose the other question I think that is crucial for the public to know is, from the time that the vaccine arrives in Ireland, how much time does it take for that to be in the arm of somebody, and to give a sense that there's an efficient rollout of it as fast as it is coming in. I think it's important for that. But in the 3/4 of a minute, you might just address on the European issue and also the vaccines in quarter 2 and the issue of the time scale. Go to Mahagath.
Minister, you've been left with 30 seconds less.
Thank you very much, Laskin Corla and Deputy, and I'll revert to you in writing because I think we'll run out of time. But can I say that I share absolutely your position on this, which is we must get the most amount of vaccines possible. Working through the European Commission, we have been able to pre-purchase 18.5 million vaccines, which is very, very positive. However, we are very aware, and I am very frustrated with AstraZeneca, and particularly frustrated with the fact that they have reneged on some of the commitments in terms of delivery to the European Commission, while apparently... Sorry, I'll finish there. Thanks, Laskin Corla.
Fergus O'Dowd.